Somebody came to my inbox with a very interesting question. They asked, why is it that we always feel sleepy when we eat nshima? And this doesn't really have to do with like the time of day, whether it's night, morning, during the day, whenever you eat nshima, you just feel this sleepiness that comes over you. Well, here's a free consultation. So this is simply priority. The body is a very smart organism, and by priority I mean that it knows where to take blood based on the activity that you are doing. This principle itself is called shunting, like prioritizing blood in one area over the other one. An example is this one. When you are doing exercises, let's say you are running or jogging, you will notice that your muscles are the ones that are very active in that same state. Your intestines are not doing anything. So blood is taken from your intestines, not all of it, but more of it is taken to your muscles so that the nutrients can be provided there and various things so that energy is produced so that you do not faint on the road. You're moving okay. Now, when you eat nshima, you take it into your alimentary canal, your intestines. The body is doing the same thing in this state. It's taking blood from different places and then bringing it more to your digestive system. Now, there's a temporary loss of as much blood as there was before in your brain, and this is what brings this sleepiness around. So your brain is no longer receiving as much as it was before, and itself actually is the one that controls this process, and it's saying, we've eaten, now we need to rest, we digest this food, and then we kickstart ourselves. So that's one way in which you feel sleepy. Number two is because of the hormone insulin. When you eat food like carbohydrates, which is mainly nshima in Zambia, this food contains a lot of glucose. So the carbohydrates are then broken down small into the glucose. The glucose has to be moved by this hormone insulin into the cells. So the moment that you eat your nshima, insulin is produced in very high amounts so that it takes this nshima into your cells. You get my point. Now, this may be produced in high amounts to the point that the sugar will rapidly drop. Now the brain is being signaled that, well, we are going down, and it gives this thing of like rest, like a sleepiness, because the sugar is coming down quickly because of the excess insulin that has been produced because of the big nshima that you ate. So that's another way. Certain times, insulin can indirectly lead to the production of a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is naturally called the sleep hormone. It's the one that regulates your sleep cycles. So it's produced indirectly through the same insulin, because insulin, when produced, it doesn't only move your glucose into the cells, it also moves things like amino acids. And amino acids are the basic components of your proteins. And then when this process is done, the amino acids move into the cells, and this is the same thing as you having a meal that's high in proteins. This thing is eventually converted and signaled to the brain to produce this melatonin, and that is why you're going to feel sleepy. So if you want to know how to prevent that, is that don't overeat. Eat something that you're going to manage. Eat a meal. If you know that 4 lumps makes you feel that way, you share it. 2 lumps for that same moment, and maybe 2 for another moment. So you get to relieve symptoms that way. You're welcome.